12 seconds to get 2 slices off, that kind of thing. There she is, Crystal Maiden.
She doesn't look anything like Crystal Maiden.
Wait, hold up, wait. All
Purge.
right, now, right now. How about right now? When he gets that,
Purge,
like,
I'm worried about
on
your
view.
eyesight.
All right, in the image that I have, it's very difficult to tell. I'll send it to you.
I don't know about that. I think the massive horns probably throw that off. But
in my screenshot, you can't see him.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, sure. I'll believe you.
Okay,
For the sake of this cast, we're just gonna keep going forward and say that's definitely looked like Crystal Maiden at the time. But I think the other thing, we've got Gunnar on his Ember Spirit. This is probably his best hero that he plays. So I think Zoomers have a lot of real good things going for them in terms of comfort picks. But sometimes those comfort picks don't end up working out because people have seen the way you've played before and can kind of get your number on these sorts of things. So very interested to see how this all goes down.
That can definitely be iffy for sure. But as long as he stays at the back of fights, he should be able to like set up initiations. Crucially, it's his Sleight of Chains is really effective against mobile heroes like Tiny, Sven, Death Prophet, just because it keeps them out of position if they are out of position, and that should buy time for the rest of his lineup to do damage. And most of that damage is unfortunately going to have to come from Clinks. That's one issue with their lineup, is that outside of like Magnetize from the Earth Spirit, his ultimate, they don't have a massive amount of damage outside of the 2 cores. And what we've seen a lot of recently is that Ember Spirits usually have decent net worth, but not incredible net worth. And they often go like a little bit utility based, I guess. I guess a lot of the Spirit heroes kind of feel like that right now. So I'm just slightly worried that if Clinks has a bad game, that he's going to be too far behind.
You definitely said that, but I definitely remember yesterday too when we were talking about Tidehunter and how much you love playing him and how you can get all these kills with this hero. So I'm surprised, that you're taking this stance now.
Look, he's not like a big DPS hero, and I didn't say I get all these kills with this hero. It's more like you always stand in position, being annoying, throwing some damage out. You're not a massive damage dealer, but it's like you put yourself in a position that makes it hard for your opponents to approach. And when you get Gush at level 1 like this, you are a big threat because it does 120 damage and lowers the armor by 4. And if they all go on him at the same time, he dies. And that's why Lelis is playing like this. And it's kind of shocking that they've committed this long to it, but giving complete free farm to Tide at this point is not terrible either, because he maybe would be able to beat Underlord in terms of last hits. But it's also going to make Clinks' life really suck. Clinks currently at 1 last hit. He does pick up level 2. That's pretty nice to start the lane off, though. And they finally are going to give up and teleport to the safe lane here.
Well, that's been a very comfortable lane for the Tidehunter, like you said. Monkeys is very, very happy with the start, but Sammy Boy's struggling now because of this and still has a tri-lane against him. MSS was looking for that toss. A lot of harass being placed on SVG. Pretty squishy. He's going to have to ferry himself out some more regen.
It was a decent trade, honestly. Getting that much damage on SVG is excellent. What they have to worry about is being tossed back into Sven. So if they play a little bit careful, it's because they don't necessarily know when the Tiny is going to come out.
Feels like such a strong lane with the Enchantress, even though they do have that aggression coming out against them.
Gotta say, I'm a little sad they changed Clinks back. I saw Crit's tweet about it, and I definitely empathized a little bit. I haven't played it nearly as much as him, but it does feel like the hero's a little bit boring again in terms of how the skills work. Maybe easier to balance, perhaps, but I was definitely enjoying the way he works. Sven got 15 last hits. This is to offset the fact that Tide is doing well. Underlord's only got 4, but considering that they want Clinks to have a good game, I'm a little hesitant about this because Clinks is not a very good jungling hero. That's one of the biggest weaknesses of the hero, is that if you actually lose the laning stage, it's very possible with your really low base HP and low movement speed. Once that happens, you can have a really bad time because you can't just shift to the jungle easily.
Ooh, the slow. We'll throw out the Stormhammer, though. The toss up. This is not looking good for Sammy Boy. He's got the Fairy Fire. They need one more hit, and Yawar is going to be able to claim First Blood.
Just so easy to get killed. Your raw HP is just so low against 3 heroes like this. What a tough one. So, I mean, their goal is basically like, all right, well, we'll just do 2v2 lane, 2-1-2 lanes. Okay, we'll zone the Underlord, and that'll be fine. Maybe they think Underlord is the key, the guy holding their heroes together, but like Sammy Boy can't take too many deaths here before things start looking really bad. MSS coming in.
Oh, the courier too. Oh no. That's actually massive for him. to lose that.
Yep, he put that ward over by the large camp, and that's how he knew the courier was coming. And they committed 2 sentries actually to try to find these, but weren't able to find either observer ward here. 3rd one now for Husky. Wow, 3 sentries now committed. Can't find any of the observer wards.
That feels really, really bad if you're Husky here, but so disappointing a little bit, right? Because normally the reason that you want to pick Quinn is gonna be able to grab up this rune. It's light though. Spirit Siphon, hold him into place. Has the Fairy Fire.
I like how Quinn played that. He made it look like he's about to grab it, then he jukes back, then he goes for it again. He ends up grabbing the DD and getting a bottle refill, which is massive to this lane. If Gunner's able to grab that DD away from Quinn, then they're both going to be a little bit at odds with each other, but neither is going to have still a laning advantage for a bit. But now that he stole that and refilled his bottle now, Gunner has to run all the way back to heal. So a little tough for him. He's already a level behind Quinn, and Quinn's now got 24 last hits and 14 denies versus the 12 and 0 of Gunner. Gunner is definitely losing the mid lane.
The usual plan that we see out of Zoomers is, trying to place pressure over onto that mid lane, and then trying to one-up the others. Although, all right, we do get a rotation here from Gunner down to the bottom lane, slides through. Stormhammer comes out, though. It looks like Huskies will get cut down. MSS, though, first to fall. You are now forced to run away. SVG, he's a little bit slow here. I'm not sure if they go for a hard committal on this Gunner. Going a little bit further, though. Throws out the steering chains, lights, and gets the kill on Silencer. So Gunner not having the greatest lane in the mid, but, definitely finding these opportunities for himself to pick up some kills.
This is one of the best things you can do when you're getting stomped, though, is you just go to a side lane and gank. And against a tri-lane, Ember is perfect there. You got Searing Chains on 2 people, Sleight of Fist on 2 people. Husky takes a little bit of experience in the meantime while he's running back. So, this is scary now.
The toss back's routed, though. Rooted over to follow up with the Avalanche. There's a lot of slow coming out now, Quinn. How much longer does he have on that exorcism? Looks like it's going right back in. So he's going to be able to heal up. And we forced several TPs out into this mid lane.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Wow, this courier has been spending most of its time dead.
He did get his boots this time and his other items, so. Looks like he's trying to pick up a quick medallion, most likely. Or possibly Orchid. Let's see.
Middle lane, another Avalanche. Toss should be coming out from MSS right on back again. It's a great gank. There's not much that Huskies was really able to do about that. Oof, lots of damage, though.
Yeah. They're trying really hard to stabilize this, but the laning stage has just gone really bad for him. I mean, Sammy Boy gets a kill here, which is nice, but his net worth is significantly below where Sven's is. Tidehunter is the most farmed Radiant hero. That's the one thing they've got going for them that's pretty good. And hypothetically, he could get really tanky here. Tide's going to need magic resistance most likely and some good armor items. But it's tough. With Vlad's, he's going to be able to lane in jungle really well now with the lifesteal. But that's a big kill.
That is a huge kill. Another good rotation coming out from Gunner here. This is such a weird game because it feels like, during the actual laning itself has been very, very difficult for the side of 4 Zoomers, but these ganks that they've been performing, we've had some that have gone the way towards Quincy, but for the most part, Gunner just being very active. And I like this. I like this sort of play style, but do you have a smoke really coming out here?
And Arcane Rune too.
Oh, Husky. Here's Siphon comes out. Avalanche toss. Burst damage is a real. So they'll find themselves a nice pick off.
It's fine. They'll probably go for Exorcism and push on the tower now. See if Tide can stay alive here. Oh yeah. Once that Anchor Smash lands, he's not taking much damage. Now he's gonna lifesteal. There it is. Exorcism ulti.
Well, taking a lot of these tower shots, actually. Quinn's got to be careful. He's got the Spirit Siphon, though. The creep army has arrived from Husky. But I think it's mostly just to shove them off the tower. I'm not sure if they want to go for a full engagement here. Lelis is also here. They're putting so much pressure on this mid tower. Make sure that they can start shoring up the side towards the Roche pit, as Death Prophet does like to take that fairly early on.
They're just going to try to zone out Tide a little bit for a moment, and Tide's going to stop farming briefly. She'll probably just end up playing mid again. Quinn's doing fine here. He just got a little bit pressured and zoned. That's all. No Ravage skilled yet for Monkeys. He knows that he doesn't need it right now. It's just going to slow him down, not having as much Anchor Smash or other skills.
I feel like
Still
they have the
struggling a
frost
bit.
armor creep over on
Yeah, it's a really good one.
on the enchantress. That helps quite a bit. He's struggling though. It's been a tough lane for
Yeah.
him. Smoke coming out
It's
though
really,
from the side of Zoomers.
it's so hard to run forward against Death Prophet as a melee hero. She's gonna win every single trade.
The slow. There should be enough burst damage here, and that should be a kill for Sammy Boy.
That was some damage right there. So he's got level 6 now. So now he basically has some lane stabilization, lots more damage. He could potentially eat a creep that Enchantress brings him as well, so things can be a little bit more efficient on his side. But
I
he's
love
gonna
when
go
my
Midas
teammates
actually.
bring me snacks.
That's true. When anybody brings you snacks, probably.
Yeah.
Snacks
yeah, that's
delivered
pretty
to
great.
me. It's a good time.
Yep. Or when you're on a broadcast and someone's like, "Hey, we're doing a Starbucks run or something like that," you know, or
Yeah.
would you like me to grab you a Mountain Dew gamer fuel? And you're like, "Oh, that would be great." Then I don't have to get up and go get it. It's fantastic.
Great recovery. Good job.
Thank you. Damn it, Purge. Anyways, pressure being placed now on the bottom lane. And see that Lelis is just doing his best to try to shove the lanes in, get some damage on the tower. And Quincy, what you doing over here, guys? I guess they're waiting for the 10-minute runes, right, Gunner? Trying to find this opening. There's so many heroes here, though. So gotta be careful. Yeah, we'll go follow up, hold him into place. He's just gonna have to run them away, but those bounty runes
He'll
get
take-
snapped up.
He'll take some curse damage from that, but it's pretty worthwhile. Ooh.
Oh, you are?
Whoa.
That was some gang
Basically,
violence
you
right
were-
there.
You were trying to do the same thing, but unfortunately for him, he can't just like press one button and fly to safety. So not a good start for him. Monkeys Forever is gold gain. It's still really good though.
I felt like I just watched a kid on the playground just get punched to death. Because
Yeah.
it's not like they have burst damage, right? It's literally him just standing there and they just slowly just slap him in the teeth. Oh, that feels real bad. But Sammy Boy in the bottom lane is left all alone. There's 4 heroes here. They've got the protection and they'll get themselves their own kill.
It's just such an easy to gank hero, honestly, if you have a dust. Until he gets more points in his invis and can run faster, it's going to be tough life for him, most likely. Neutral items finally coming out for Quincy Crew. A little under leveled here. Tiny only level 5. Almost level 6, but they're struggling a bit.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time in the mid lane, although here, Avalanche Toss coming out from MSS. You are here too. They follow up with the Storm Hammer. Just gonna zip over to the other side.
Thought he dodged it. But I guess not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They hold the
That's
mid
double
push.
damage
Now
there.
everybody's going to spread out again. Go do a little damage there. Tower gets
Dire's
killed.
top tower is under
Almost a
attack.
TP by Earth Spirit. Now they're
Need to be
really
careful.
going to spread out. What's
They have
Sammy
that
way of
sentry
items
ward
wise?
down there.
On the Clinks. Did he get a Midas yet? On Clinks? Please click on Clinks. Please. Oh, not.
There
No,
he
he's
is.
still
No, not
really
quite.
struggling.
He's close though.
Has fallen.
Getting
His
close.
net worth is not terrible on the charts though, so this could be worse for sure. Having Royal Jelly helps a lot too, because that hero has a lot of mana needs in the early part of the game.
Dire's middle tower is under
I
attack.
would like to see him maybe rotate around with his team a little bit. Like you said, he's not great at farming. So if they can find pickoffs, I guess, yeah, he'd have to pair up with the Earth Spirit for sure. But
Yeah. Like, the ideal lifestyle for Clinks is to sit in a creep wave getting lots of last hits. When the wave is pushed out, you go clear a neutral camp, eat the big creep, and you go invis and go look for a gank. But he doesn't want to sit around not farming all the time. He needs to be semi-active at least, or he's going to have a bad time.
right.
Comes a little pressure top, MSS.
MSS. Fly comes out. Yuar's here though. Again, throws out the storm hammer. He dodges it though. Gunner God, but there's a lot of damage here, and this silence makes them feel very, very sad. Global silence gets used just to make sure they get that kill.
It looked like he had it. It was just like a moment later. It's like, okay, he's going to get this. He's going to jump out. It's going to be fine. And right when that silence bar hit the 0, he got hit with global. Rough one. He really thought he had that tiny kill, but they used global.
Sammy Boy immediately spotted out here in the mid lane with the sentry ward. Be careful, they have the tiny there. They could go and try to toss him back, but they'll put some pressure on the mid tower instead.
Dire's structures are fortified.
MSS getting in position. The roll forward coming out from Ocean with the kick back over here onto Sammy Boy. Tossed up in the air. SPG's already dead though. Gunner joining in the rest of the fight. Gets some nice chains over on the back lines. They do have the exorcism, but
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, he gets healed by
Is he
Husky,
dead?
keeps him
Is he
alive.
purged? Because he's looking pretty lively to me right now. Like, again, with the chains. And they'll just
a lot of
poke at
curse
them and
damage.
walk away.
But keeps him alive. 3 points in the heal. I actually kind of like that Husky just skipped his ulti. I don't. It doesn't really do that much this game. Like, it doesn't save him in the slightest against Tiny. It doesn't really help him against Death Prophet. The only person it really helps him against is Sven, and Sven's gonna have so much attack speed it doesn't matter. So why not get more points in his heal and keep his allies alive? Definitely saved
Trade off
Urspirit's
there.
life just there.
Still a very
Gunner.
close game, though. 1K net worth going over to the side of Zoomers. Got a
It
smoke
is.
up and running.
I think one impressive. We'll wait till this gank happens. But Tiny probably dead here. Oh, they have to get
Probably,
initiation.
though they don't quite roll on him, but they hold him in place. It's a good avalanche. Buys a little bit of time, but not much else he can do in that situation.
But one thing that's kind of nice about Monkeys Forever as a player generally is that once he gets on top in terms of net worth, he tends to stay up there. He farms really quickly, which is impressive. They're gonna block Ancients actually, somewhere Sven would love to get kills and stacks on. And Gunner just gonna try to basically zone the whole enemy team, playing a little Thompson-esque here. Even though he has low net worth, he's trying to prevent his opponents from getting the time and space to do whatever they want. Makes them spend time on him, and yet since his net worth isn't super high, it's not that big of a deal. I'm still worried that they're gonna have net worth problems overall, but considering how underfarmed the supports are on the Quincy crew side, that's why they're able to keep parity and an advantage basically. Like, I don't know how, but Husky's net worth is like massively higher than the other two guys.
I mean, Husky's has been
Genuinely
doing
confused. Creep
a
killing, I
fantastic
guess.
job in all these games.
All right, he got the
I
skeleton
wonder how many
burning
sentries
armor.
we've had to buy. Uh-oh, Husky. Avalanche toss already starts off, but not the right target. So he'll turn around. They get a cheeky stomp off over here on the Death Prophet. There's a lot of people backing them up, although Monkeys shows up, goes and digs himself a little hole there with the shovel. Himself a nice bounty rune as a treat. And I don't know if they really want to fight into this. It's pretty scary considering that they do have the Ravage. So Lelis making his way over.
It is. He doesn't have mech quite yet, though. Once he gets mech, he's really going to be impossible to kill without some serious pressure. And this is what's going to make the rest of their engagement just simpler. If there's a lot of burst damage on the enemy team, but you have a Tiny who has a mech and a full wand and a Vlad's, like, killing that guy is not simple at all. So as long as he's the one that's in danger all the time, nobody on your team is really in danger. Ocean going to push side lanes out here in the meantime. He can TP to safety, no problem. Like, the supports are just doing so much better in this match. And maybe it was partially because of the way that they set up the laning stage. But it's hard to know without going back and watching the replay. But good levels, good gold on both supports on the Zoomer side. That's their advantage right now.
Something they tend to hold on to as well. They'll see Monkeys. This is a very hard kill, so they'll even go for the exorcism. He uses the Ravage, though, before they get the silence off. He's gonna try to walk away here. Lelis joining into the fight, but Monkeys, he does have that mech. He's gonna be survivable. He's gonna turn right back around again. Some damage being placed out over onto MSS. Roland coming out here from Ocean, was looking for a kick. Does get Spirit Siphon, though, has to roll himself away, but he gets blocked up over onto the side, and he's gonna get taken down here by Quinn. Global Silence is gonna get used as well. MSS takes a lot of damage. He is gonna fall, as now there's gonna be the roll trying to get away, but Siami can't seem to get away fast enough. They'll be able to take down Quinn first, though, and they'll try to teleport the rest of the team out, but Lelis, he turns back around, he grabs up Yoar. So this is a bad fight. We need to leave. SPG now is gonna get left behind. He missed the bus, and that's a Desolator completed now for the Clinks.
Wow. Good timing for him. His net worth is excellent. His fight went pretty good on the Clink side. He ends up killing Tiny at the start despite being silenced. And then he was able to also burst down Death Prophet before falling himself to Curse of the Silence. So Clinks is pretty happy in that engagement. And I think Zoomers as a whole should be. They used Ravage at probably the right time. If the silence impacts the Tiny, maybe things get a bit iffier. But they felt comfortable fighting even still. And they end up generally winning it. Putting Clinks this ahead, especially when there's a lot of like teamfight disruption and disables that are going to make Sven's job hard until he gets BKB or Ags. Like, they're in a decent spot. And they're going to have Lotus really quick too, which is also a great Sven counter. So, and now with the Deso finish on Clinks, like, it's only going to get easier for him to get these kills.
Mid lane, Ember Spirit held into place. In comes Ocean, though. He's thinking he might be able to try to save him, but there's just too many here. There's all 5. The drums are going to get popped. Ocean. Yule's up here, waiting patiently. Monkeys is here, throws out that Gush, Stormhammer. It's just at this point, everyone is just trying. Oh, MSS though, gets taken down by Sammy Boy. There's so much damage coming out from the slings right now. As SPG forced to run away, Yuwar too, they're slowed down. Are they gonna be able to get him out in time? Yuwar, he's not looking very healthy. They've slowed him so much. It's a double kill now for Sammy Boy. They want some more. They want to try to get SVG, but they will get slowed down, and Sammy Boy says, all right, let's go into the pit.
They got Medallion, they got Gush, they got Desto. They have insane minus armor. They can definitely do this with 3 heroes. And Gunner gets another
Gunner?
kill. Oh. Just gets a free kill by himself in the meantime. Now Roche is definitely dead. And it's amazing to me so far that Zoomers have been able to fight in like disadvantageous positions. Gunner was dead. And they were like, oh yeah, we can fight this. They almost 3-shot Tiny. They make Sven look squishy. And having like Clinks against Sven, you could argue is a bit of a counter. Sven has Warcry. It's a lot of armor advantage, but when Warcry runs out, Sven's going to be really low in armor. And it's going to be a while until he's able to pick up an AC. So this is a good time to push their advantage. Death Prophet doing the same thing. She's struggling to get a plate mill here.
The silence going on and over off to the side, though. Everybody's quiet. There's going to be the global thrown out, too. It's really nicely done by SVG, but the Ravage comes out. They're able to keep Gunnar alive just a little bit longer. They're going to go kiting right back in again. He does eventually fall. It's going to be the buyback, though. He zips right back into the Remnant. They want to take this fight. The toss up into the air, and they're going to try to run away here with the Clinks, but he's taking way too much, and they just don't have a solution over here as Gunner gets stunned up on the back lines. They're just splitting up this fight, though, back and forth. They're waiting for Sammy Boy to come back up again, but they go in with the roll. Can they get the kill? Not going to be able to quite do it fast enough, as this is looking so bad for the Zoomers now. Gunner, he just fought back. He tries to get enough damage over onto Yuwar. They need just a little bit more. The slice doesn't quite do it, and it's a dieback.
Oh my God, somebody
was trying
kill
to
him.
fight off. Oh, they finally managed to kill him. Husky, can they get the final hit on Lelis, though? He's healing. I just keep you. Oh, nope, you're not going anywhere. Husky gets tossed up into the air, and these sprites are doing a lot. They can't quite hit him. He's living,
Oh my God.
but isn't
Zeus
really
ulti.
living as you just slowly but surely crawl away. They need more burst damage. They don't have the right click.
Don't be mad.
Oh my God, everybody was so low for so long, and the disables from the Quincy Crew side are just the worst for Gunner. Pit of Malice into Atos, into a second Pit of Malice. At this point, Last Word is proc or Global Silence comes out. Holy crap. Did Gunner need to rush Yules is what it felt like this game. Obviously, Spirit Vessel is incredibly good against heroes like Death Prophet, and it's certainly going to give them better chances of getting kills, and probably is better overall than having the defensive capabilities, but he's going to be so happy when he gets a Yules, because it is all these really weak, kind of soft disables, or even a Force Staff, honestly. Force himself out of Pit of Malice is the primary issue, because it's just so much disable.
Definitely needs some sort of defensive item. It looks like the BKB is going to be the one that he queues up, though. So,
Solves
like
everything.
you said, just these little tiny problems that he needs to watch out for. Smoke going to get used, though, over in the mid lane. So, Quincy on the hunt. They do have vision over in the Radiant jungle here, so not going to be able to find anyone, but perhaps trying to wrap around, blocking up the camps.
Lilith's pretty tanky at this point. 2,000 HP, lots of armor built up on him as well. And does MSS have a Blink Dagger on Tiny yet? It's got to be
I don't
close.
think so. Oh, he
Ooh,
does.
they see that
I
word.
lied. Oh, they see Husky.
They definitely see that word. They definitely know that word's there. Somebody's gonna.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah. Ooh.
Good slight. Yeah.
It's gone. It's
Ooh,
gone. Don't worry.
With the fresh ward, there's no way that doesn't mean there's heroes there, so they deal with that just fine. Curse of the Silence has been a big deal as well, actually. Even when people are surviving the fights just barely, it's like they're like, well, I'm just gonna die anyways. I might as well try to cast one more spell. Here comes the catch. Great
Silence
silence.
being thrown out over on the Death Prophet, trying to just zip away here, and then managed to go throughout the Spirit side. Little silence up the Tidehunter. The roll coming in again from Ocean. SPG is here, though. They'll drop the Magnetized. Global Silence is going to get used as well. They're trying to protect Quinn, but there's so many heroes here. This is not looking good for the Death Prophet. Quinn will get picked off successfully. And Sammy Boy feels like he wants to go in for something else. Manages to see SVG. Needs a little bit more damage. The zipping coming out from Gunner, though. He'll follow up. He'll hold him in place and say, here you go, Sammy. I'll help you out. Blink from MSS, though, will make sure that he can escape into his base.
And here's probably the best change to Clinks, actually, was that the lower Skeleton Walk cooldown talent. With that in the game, it's so much easier to run in and out of fights or to chase like he did just there, where it's a 7-second cooldown. It is not long, and that's going to make it a lot easier for him to remaneuver during fights, because normally in the past it would be like you would drop your old ulti down and you would fight to the death basically, and then you'd maybe use one skeleton walk to catch. Now it's a lot more like right click bursty.
Ocean coming in with the save. They just take down MSS. He evaporates, and they pop the God Strength for this purge. Like now trying to just get the final kill. They do manage to take down Ocean, but I think you're very okay with that. You managed to save your Clinks. He gets a kill, and you get the God Strength out, and all they get is a measly support.
And he's back to farming again. Doing a great job so far. It's incredible how much damage he's doing actually with the ulti active being there. It's like you can't even tell the Tiny has armor. So you're like, oh, surely he hasn't skilled his ultimate yet. But this is what's kind of busted about, is that these creeps are getting extra HP from Enchantress controlling them. And this is one way to make Enchantress a stronger hero. I don't remember. Can you hover over Enchant? Actually, I don't remember the exact value on HP. Okay, maybe not. Oh, it says 1200 health bonus. Oh, that's max. Does that mean a low? I think that means a low HP creep goes to 1200. So it's not actually that much more HP, actually, if that's what it means.
That would have been a really cool.
Oh no, it just adds 1200 HP.
Interactional.
It just literally gives him 1200 HP. That creep has way too much. Yeah. Holy. All right.
Hold
It's
that
insane.
thought. The BKB comes out from Sammy Boys. They just burst down MSS. He is a non-factor, and they're looking to grab someone else, but.
This is why his damage is so high. Because if Enchant adds 1200 HP to whatever neutral she controls, you're basically Clinks is getting twice as much damage out of his ulti as is normal, and that's what's so sick about this draft, is that Enchantress is not really that weird of a pick in the slightest, but pairing it with a Clinks like this, it puts his damage into like astronomical levels. So like every time he's been attacking heroes, it makes me think like, oh, surely there was a medallion there or something. That's the only way he would do this much damage. But it's literally all because of this Enchantress strat. And they pair it with a Tide who has Vlad's. Look at that. He's got 4,000 freaking
Yeah,
HP.
that's insane.
It's
That's actually
insane.
such a cool interaction.
Dire's top tower
It's
has
broken.
fallen.
I'm gonna say broken. This is
Radiant's
way too good.
structures are fortified.
And 4
For
Zoomers
Janky.
is trying to close out the game. This is insanely good. Genuinely. This is like too good how much damage he has. It's like plus 300 damage.
Oh, Lelis, Global Silence gets dropped. They've got the BKB though, and looks like Lelis says we gotta get out of here, but there's too much burst damage. They're not gonna be able to go. They missed the bus. Rather, the bus breaks down and there's no one there. They'll roll forward, they kick back again over onto SVG. He's looking like a real easy pick off. As now MSS, that's Spirits. Oh my God, Tidehunter. Monkeys, hello?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is so broken. This is genuinely so broken. It's a
is
divine
awesome.
rapier. It's a divine rapier. And look at the uptime. It's like permanent.
Dire's top tower.
His ulti's back up. He's got 4,000. How do you fight into this? He's got a free
That's the
divine
question that
rapier.
Quincy Crew is asking right now. This is awesome Dota right here. Look at this, monkeys just stealing their fruit. Add insult to injury. What do you do?
Has fallen.
God, this is
mean-
one of the things I really love about watching 4Zoomers is they are just so creative with what they do for their drafts.
This one was that. It's a new meta, you know. It's fun to see this stuff for the first time for sure.
Dire's
But
middle tower
I
has fallen.
really
You're
hope
so
that I don't
angry.
encounter this in my pubs.
You're
It is.
so angry.
It's pretty gross. I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really strong. The advantage that he's gotten here, like people complain about DDs. That's basically he's got like an extra permanent DD or two, is what he's playing with this game. More than what you would normally expect. All because of the ability to raise the HP and then eat it. Now he's going AC. Like look at this. He's
Yeah.
look at his damage items. He only has a Deso, and that's how much damage he did to a tower. And it's perma uptime. That was one of the changes to Clinks, is that the uptime was higher than it used to be.
A
Is that
Mindbreaker
cooldown?
too.
Yeah, it's permanent. 60 seconds
Radiant's
at level
middle
3
tower is under
and a
attack.
duration of 65. So this is what they just keep doing.
I love it. I love how creative it is. I know you're very upset about this, but
No, it's fun. It's very fun, but very rude.
you just don't want to play against it. I understand that. MS, that's the toss up. He's terrified, but look how
Oh,
tanky
no,
this
1,000
Clings is. It
damage.
doesn't
Oh,
matter.
no.
Oh, SVG. Oh no. Just minding his own business, and they just rolled on in. Ocean finding Leslie. They just hold him in place. Dammy boy is just
Broken.
Slay.
Broken. This is so
Broken,
broken.
okay.
It's so broken. Good for them. They deserve this win, absolutely. And it's quite possible they're saving it for the playoff bracket where every match is really important. But this shit is broken, in my opinion. Like, they're,
Tell us how
look,
you really
it's
feel,
very
Paige.
cool, but I don't say broken often, but this
Giants
looks
are
broken.
scanning.
This is straight up anti-fun.
I want to know who discovered this, who realized that this was a thing. Like, add that to the list of questions if 4 Zoomers win, because this takes a lot of creative thought. Double damage too. Oh my god, look at this damage.
It's only
Chonk,
100 extra
chonk,
damage.
chonk.
His ulti gives like 4 times that. So
Dire structures are fortified.
How'd he get in there? All right, the toss of the Sven into the air. Oh my god. All right, that was a 2-hit over on the silencer. Avalanche, you are running away. These buildings just don't stand a chance.
all right, Moxie, you're not going to believe this, but at 25, one of his new talents is plus 50% death pact health damage.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to see it happen at this point, because I don't think we're ever seeing this happen again in this tournament. There's no way that they allow the Clinks to do this.
With the Enchantress, or when you see one of the picks, you'll see the other one banned most likely.
Yeah, but who wants to ban an
getting-
Enchantress, Purge?
It's a good question. He's getting 100% current health as health bonus. So if he eats a 2400 creep, 2400 HP creep, he gets all of that as health. That 2300. So whenever he eats one of these creeps, he gets 2300 HP. It's 1,000 extra HP more than normal, and he gets 14% of their current health as attack damage bonus. So if we do the math really quick, let me whip out the old calculator on broadcast. Times
Perfect.
0.14. Yeah, he's getting, get this, 322 damage when he eats a 2300 HP creep. It is literally a divine rapier. It's doing double the damage that it's supposed to, basically. And that's why it's broken. And it's perm up time. This is broken.
All right, well, all eyes here. Oh, you are. Sammy boy. He wants it. The roll in coming out will just miss a little bit. BKB comes out immediately from Yoar. He is spooked. He's just in his own base. And they smoked out over on the side of Quincy, hoping that they could get some sort of a pick off, try to get some sort of advantageous situation, but they're just not finding it.
One thing that could make this less broken is if you have a team with more stuns, by the way, because then he can't right-click you as often. That can be a helpful thing.
Oh boy. All right, well, this is going to be a dead Husky, so you at least get that. But the follow-up here from Sammy boy, maybe not. Maybe they're not going to be able to get the final kill. All right, never mind. They managed to get the +2 in. Gunner just lighting on through. Slow down just a little bit. They need the rest of the team. The rest of the team is here, but Gunner getting stunned up is a big deal. Oh my god, MSS just gets evaporated. Blink KB going forward, Gunner. And again, they've got their own BKBs now, so they'll go try to roll out here with Ocean, but he's not going to be able to as they interrupt, followed up with Stormhammer. And all these ghosts are shredding through Ocean, so that's a pretty good setup here. As the rest of the team looks like, oh, the toss back though with the Tidehunter and the Silence. He's got the Spider, like goes for the Ravage though. Figures that Sammy boy, he's doing so much damage, he's gonna be able to go. He takes down Lelis. And Monkeys will fall. Clings, he's squishy, needs to be careful. Not really that squishy, but when you have everything being tossed at you, it's a double kill, a triple kill. Is it gonna be a quad? Where's the Rampage? Give this man the Rampage here. MS says, there it is. Sammy boy with the Rampage.
See you later, nerds.
Broken. GG gets called. Oh my word.
That was insane how much damage that was. Oh, I'm banning Clinks or something in my pubs now, because that was just that. He had just Deso. He had Deso. He went AC and he had Moonshard, and it looked like